All right. Let me open this. Okay. I couldn't stay away for long because this is bugging me and I want to do this. I want to get this done before I'm going to give myself another hour, hour and a half to work on this until I get this in a nice state. Because what we've done is we've added, I found myself adding yet another attribute in order to skip the crosshair. And this just kind of reaffirms to me more and more that I need a way defer to defer state changes or interaction thingies. Yes, that's what they're officially called, interaction thingies. Okay. But let's make sure this works, because if it works, I'm going to commit this code and then we'll get to refactoring. But what I was finding was that I couldn't get the crosshair to reset. And I think it'll probably work now. And if it doesn't, or if it does, I'll show you exactly what I mean in a second. We'll see if anybody... It's been a very quiet, it's been a very quiet Easter Sunday. But another reason I went to stream is because it's pouring rain outside. So I doubt you can hear the actual rain, but I can hear the rain as opposed to the fake rain. So it's nice. Okay, let's see. So the little dot in the middle, that's the crosshair. So I have it now so that you see that text, it'll disappear when I select Converse. So it's not there. Okay, the crosshair is gone. That's good. That's good. I'm clicking, and now I press escape. Okay, perfect. And it comes back. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to check this code. We're going to check this code in. And then I'm going to see if I can go about this a better way. Let me go here. So item entity. Let me close everything. There's an ant here. Die ant. Okay, so that's the crosshair that I added. Hello, Captain Fandom Nerd. Hope you're doing well. Happy Easter to you, sir. Okay, so that's the only change I made here. So we'll commit that. The conversation manager. Failed to start configured compare tool. Well, I am doing well, thanks. Good. Okay, so this is the ugly solution that I came up with. I'm not sure. Okay, interaction manager. Again, more compensation of the ugly solution, which I'm not happy with. Player interactor. This. At first, I thought this was ugly, what I did here, but then I'm like, you know what? This makes sense. So you know how you have the Jose Cabrera says, good morning. Good morning, Jose Cabrera. So you know as you're looking around and then you have those pop-ups when you focus on something, I changed it so that those pop-ups only happen when you're in the gameplay state. And at first I was like, ugh, that feels wrong. But then I thought about it a little bit more and I was like, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know why Conversation Manager won't load, but so we'll just go ahead and kind of... Let me look in Visual Studio Code, actually. Okay. Yeah, so I started using the UI Manager class, which kind of led to this other thing. So let me go ahead and check this code in, and then we will address the bigger elephant in the room. And that's exactly what it is an elephant in the room. All right, so we're going to commit and push. Okay, so let me talk about what the issue is. Let me see, maybe actually I could use a drawing tool. Yeah, I guess we could do this. Right? Let's just move this. Let's just put that over there. Can I insert another page? Like I want to scroll down. Okay, whatever. I'm just going to delete this. Oh, this is, no, I wanted to use Miro. That's right. I wanted to use Miro, the tool that Matthew was saying that I should use. Matt Vega says, what streaming software do you use? I am using Streamlabs. Actually, since some people are showing up, Happy Easter, Jesus loves you. Well, that's, you know what? I would say, you know, I love Jesus too. I'm not a Christian. I don't really believe in Jesus, but I love him anyway. Let me go ahead and copy this. I'm going to put join us in the desktop. So if you're looking on mobile and you're actually on a computer, I am putting in the link to the desktop stream right now. So go ahead and join us on the desktop stream if you are so inclined. Okay, so here is how can I do this? Here's what the issue is. We have, well, let me see. Where's my toolbar? I feel like a boomer when I'm using these new tools. Like, oh no, where's the toolbar? No, that's not what I want. Okay. Okay. So we have, let's see, I'm trying to think about this. We have Interaction Manager, and this manages interactions that the player has with objects in the game, right? So, gosh darn it, no, I'm trying to make this bigger. Here we go. Okay. And then Interaction Manager. Now, I'm thinking as I'm drawing this out, so that if what I'm drawing doesn't make a lot of sense, that is why. And let me see. So Interaction Manager is responsible. How do I want to do this? So the Interaction Manager, so we have menus in the game, right? Let's see. Can I show it? Like this is, whoa, gosh. No, that's not what I want. That's a lot. Multi-process. Is there anything that represents a menu? We have all of these we have tons and tons. Could say that represents a menu. We'll say that this, oh my gosh, I got to upgrade. Oh, my stars and garters. I don't want to upgrade. Everything wants a goddamn fucking subscription. I am so sick of subscriptions. I am sick of subscriptions. Fuck subscriptions. No. Oh my fucking God, everything. Okay. Well, that's the thing I already did. All right. We're just going to, you know what? We can make do with a simple goddamn rectangle. How's that? How's them apples? Okay. So what it's going to be is like, okay, interaction 1, interaction 2. Happy Easter, Mr. Sir, says official Splinter VR. Happy Easter to you too, sir. Okay, and then we have interaction 3. All right. Okay, so the interaction, this is going to open and close. What's happening, this isn't the best way to draw it out, so let's draw it out like this. It's kind of a little bit of a timeline, and I know there are timeline diagrams, but whatever, we'll just do it out this way. So we have, think about this as going from top to bottom. So you have the the interaction menu opens, okay? And then this, once it opens, it will display interaction options, right? So like think about like a item that's on the ground. You can pick it up, you can pick it up, you can kick it, throw it, whatever, right? You can interact with it. And then once you select one, user presses escape. That's one option. User selects interaction. Okay. And then after this happens, the interaction menu closes. Here's the issue. Here's the issue that we are facing. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So remember, these are orders. This is happening in order from top to bottom. So the only reason these are indented is to demonstrate an option. I want to turn on white space. I am one of those weirdos that likes white space being shown. Where can I get that? It's down here. Settings. You know, I remember back in the day when Visual Studio Code was in like early alpha and you like literally the settings were just a JSON file. Those were the days. Okay. Interaction menu closes. All right. Now the problem is if you select an interaction, this can open. So let's talk a little bit about what the interaction menu does. The interaction menu, it does several things, but to the UI, I'm going to use equal to determine to signify that this is an action it's doing, and then the dashes are an option. Okay, so equals. So the interaction menu, it will set input state to interaction. All right. It will also hide the crosshair. It does other stuff with locking, with let's just say locking viewport. Okay, and what that means is that when you move, or actually, let's see, show mouse pointer, lock viewport. That means that just because you move the mouse does not mean that you're looking around. Okay, as is the case in most first-person shooters or first-person games. Okay, so when you close the interaction menu, this stuff has to be undone, right? So this set input state to gameplay. It will show the crosshair, and technically it actually does it undoes what it did in reverse order, right? So the first thing it does actually is unlock the viewport. And then it shows the then it shows the mouse pointer. Then it shows the crosshair. And then it sets the input state to gameplay. Okay? So the issue is that depending on the interaction, interactions will also want to do manipulation of this state. So think about these four things as state. I know one of them in itself is an input state, but think about them collectively as a state, right? So interactions will also want to set state. So imagine that we want to do the conversation. So let's see, user selects an interaction. User selected converse, which is its own state and everything. So the converse will want to set input state to conversation. It will also want to hide the crosshair. It will also want to show the mouse pointer, and it will also want to lock the viewport. Well, here's the problem. Can you see the problem? If you're in the chat, I'll Venmo you $2 to the person that sees the problem. If you want to make an easy $2, you've got 30. I'm going to give you a minute, 1 minute timer. I'm hiding it while I look for the timer. Let me see. Why can't I add these? Why can't I add both? Oh, because one, I wanted to add these to a split view, but I can't. 1 minute timer. All right. Let's go. All right. 1 minute. I will send $2 to the person who can tell me what the problem is here. $2. I mean, come on. Easiest $2 you've made all day. In order to get your $2, you will have to join the Discord and send me your information. But, or I guess you could put it in the chat. $2. Nobody wants to make $2. No one. What's this button do? We have 26 seconds left. You know, I'm trying anything I can to increase viewership. So if that's giving away $1 or $2 here and there, then so be it. So 14, 13, but none of you are ever going to get this. I mean, you should get it. It's right there on the screen. You should see what the problem is. Remember, things are happening top to bottom. And 3, 2, 1. Bam. Yep. So, okay, that offer has expired. The issue with this is when we open up the interaction menu, I'm going to take one of these for example. I'm going to take probably the easiest one to understand. Hide the crosshair, right? Because we hide the crosshair because the crosshair is a gameplay thing so that you can see which way your character is looking. So when we show the interaction menu, we want to hide it because it does us no good. Now, it shows it displays the interaction options, and then the user will select one of those interaction options. Now, when the user selects the converse option, we've already hidden the crosshair, so now we're going to hide it again, right? And now you're taken into a new state of going through a conversation with the NPC. However, it's not as though functionality stops there. Functionality keeps going, and so the interaction menu will close. And closing that interaction menu will show the crosshair. So now the crosshair is shown while you're trying to have a conversation. So that's the problem. That's the problem. So what we need to do is we need to somehow... So let's see. This is the user selects an interaction. User selected converse, invoke, converse action. So what we really need to do is we need to defer the selection. I mean, we've made the selection, so we're not going to defer the actual process of selecting. What we're going to do is we're going to defer the execution of that selection until after we have closed the interaction menu. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So if let me start the game. Graz6004 says I took coding for my classes because I had no other choice. Class is way hard. Am screwed. I know a lot about PCs and play games. Just keep at it. You know, I wish I had some like old man advice to give, but I really don't. And the reason that I don't is because I taught myself to program when I was a kid. This was a million years ago. I'm old. But I taught myself to program. And I managed to get a job as a programmer, having never gone to college and having only taught myself to program. I managed to establish a career. And so the thing is it always just kind of came naturally to me. It was just like, because it's all logic, it's all just like instruction, logic, flow. And it was just like it clicked. It's like, oh, you do this, you do that, you do this. If this, do that. If that, do this. While this, keep doing this. Like, it just all made sense to me, very like intuitively. And so I always thought, okay, well, real quick. So I always thought that if I just kind of grasped these concepts naturally, having never been taught them, just kind of was able to grasp them on my own, I thought everybody should be able to do that. Why not? It took me years to realize that not everyone's brain works like that. Not everyone's brain is adapted to being a programmer. So everybody's different. Everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. It just so happens that I have no weaknesses, but that is my weakness. My weakness is that I have no weakness. So anyway, okay. So what I was talking about over here is we're going to open up the interaction menu, and now see the crosshair see the crosshair. That's the thing in the center. It's going to hide. I'm moving my mouse, which moves the camera. And yeah, so let's go over here. We're going to open up this interaction menu. Now, you can see that I move my mouse. We see the mouse cursor. I'm moving my mouse. It's no longer moving the camera. And we have this interaction menu. So we did this stuff. We did this stuff. And we did this. We display the interaction options. So now I'm going to select this converse option. So I have code in place to kind of fake what we're going to change. So that's why it seemingly works, because eventually you're going to have an entire conversation here. You're going to have buttons down at the bottom. So it's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a who's it and a what's it. But we have to, I want to fix this deferring the selection. I need to fix that. And I need to figure out how to fix it. So let's start at the interaction manager. That's where we're going to start. All right, let me see. Interaction manager, and I want to look up game entity as well. Okay. Okay. So basically you can see here you have close menu. I want to fully grasp how okay, so it's interaction clicked and then process input. Okay. So on interaction clicked, I believe that is defined up above. Yeah, so we're adding listeners here. Is it really as simple as putting it here? But I need to understand. Okay, so what I was thinking is this is where the actual action gets invoked. We could, in theory, move it under here, right? I have to pee. I'm going to go do that. I apologize. I'll be right back. What are you doing up here, boy? I'm going to get in trouble. No, I'm going to get in trouble. All right, I'm back. I just had to go take a leak. Had to go piss like a man. Little boys don't go pee-pee. Little men take a piss. Oh, shit. I just accidentally closed something. Give me a second. I gotta reopen it. Move on. Stop. Okay. And Graz, don't apologize about your grammar. It's fine. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. What if I put the deferring here? But I don't understand. I need to understand what on late interaction is used for. Reset the cursor. Jesus Christ. There's so many like reset this, reset that kind of things done. At least it is only used in like one place. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. Okay. I was checking to see if Conversation Manager, if initiating a conversation is a blocking call. It's not. It returns immediately. That's good. Because why then couldn't I do this? And I want to... interactable... God damn it, it should be interactable enemy NPC. This, I should get rid of... Let me just... Let me do this. Okay. All right, let's test this and see how it goes. I thought hungry. I'm like hungry, nauseous. It is a nice, beautiful rain outside. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. Okay, escaping the dialogue seems to work. That's good. Fine. Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Huh? What is happening here? You know what's happening. I know exactly what's happening. We're calling close menu. Oh, my stars and garters. Wow. This is where unit... Oh, my God. I wish we had unit tests. Wow. Wow. Okay. You see this? We're setting it to null. Wow. Wow. This is so ugly. This is so ugly. And to think, I was hoping to have a basic conversation system done this weekend, but this is what happens when you kind of don't forethink your code too much and just kind of blunt force. This is the kind of situations that AI ends up in. Okay, so we have this. Okay. Okay. So there's a couple of interactions I can think of. Well, that's broken. I cannot interact with this at all. Hmm. All right. Since we're here, we might as well see if we can tackle. There's two issues here. One, there's two sets of interactions listed for the gun, and two, it's not working at all. There's two sets of interactions, and neither is caught. I think I remember why the first issue is happening. Maybe not. I thought maybe we were adding the interaction twice. I mean, we are to some extent. The question is where. Let's see if this is even getting called. All right, let's see. All right, did it not play? All right, I don't know why this Explorer window keeps popping open, but I am going to close it. All right. I did turn off the screen because I don't know what's on there, so it's better safe than sorry. With my luck, it would be like something I was watching during some alone time, and and then suddenly that gets flashed on the screen and my account's nuked. I don't want that. Okay, there's the gun. Okay, so none of the callbacks are happening, right? Like I'm not getting here, I'm not getting in here. Okay. I did mess with the game entity. I moved the do interactions to the game entity system. So I'm assuming that's the problem. Of course, that does not answer the problem of why it's being shown twice, but yeah, take equipment. I better fucking know why. I think I know why it's being called twice. I think Unity, because pistol item is derived from, it's derived from gun entity. That's right. We did change that, didn't we? All right. Maybe this isn't as bad. No, it is as bad as I thought. Okay. All right. So pistol entity is derived from gun entity, which is derived from item entity. Okay. So, Will Tyler was asking for an ERD. So we have that ERD right here. So if you look at this, gun entity, let me move this over for the people on mobile. Pistol entity is derived from item entity. So we have an awake, and it's an overridden awake. So we have an awake and pistol entity, right? This has awake. And then this also has an awake. This awake here is where those actions are being added. Let's just see. I'm just curious. So I think what's happening is, instead of calling the base class awake, I think Unity separately calls item awake and pistol one entity awake. That's what's. Let's go down here. Okay, let's Oh shit. I don't know if I got it in time. I might have to restart Unity. No, I did. Okay. So here we come from, let's look at the call stack. So this is from pistol entity awake. Okay. And this is from pistol entity awake. Think I understand. We need to look at the owner, because I got to remember, let's simplify it a little bit. Let's disable the NPCs. Where are they? All right. It should have, I think it's item entity. It should have an owner. Owner entity. No. What? Okay, where is this? Okay, here's this. Base. Base. Owner is null. But now we only hit this once. Okay, we hit it once because of the... Okay, we only hit it once because I disabled those NPCs. Okay, now I think we might hit it again when I equip it. Yeah. Okay. And this is because set equipped. So set active brings an item awake. No, set active calls awake on an item. Right? Like right here. Huh. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm going to have to think. I think now I finished my soda. The brain is about stopped. I think now is a good time to go take a shower. I think that's what I'm going to do. I have a good idea of what's happening. Right? We set active. Maybe it should stay active the entire time. Maybe it just needs to be invisible, right? Like just because an item isn't visible doesn't mean it's not active. If it's in your pocket, it's still active. Yeah, that might be it. I'm going to have to think about that. All right, fellas. Thanks for joining me again. I'll talk to you later.